Hi, this is Newbie. I'm about to do an interview with the Geek about World of Warcraft.
Hello, this is the Geek.
I got 11 questions for you.
Okay.
Let's start. The first question is, what's the most fun thing to do when you're playing World of Warcraft?
People play the game for a lot of different reasons, but for me personally, it's raiding.
Raiding. What's raiding?
Raiding is when you team up with a bunch of other players, usually using different voice chat programs to talk to each other and plan strategies and execute strategies to kill big bosses.
Okay. What's the most boring thing about World of Warcraft?
Like I said, many people play the game for many different reasons. There are some things to do in the game that I just don't like doing. And sometimes the way that Blizzard, the developers of the game, designed the game pretty much forces you into doing pieces of content in the game that you don't necessarily feel like doing, but it gives you two good rewards to pass up on, and that's what I find the most boring.
Okay. What do you do when you do a dungeon?
A dungeon is pretty much what I described a raid to be, except it's sort of a mini version of a raid. Instead of being in bigger groups of between 10 to 30 people, you're in a group of 5 people, and you kill bosses, and you get rewards when you manage to kill them.
I got a little extra question.
Yeah.
What can you get in a reward?
Your character can equip gear in the game, which is everything from weapons to shoulder armor pieces to chest armor pieces to boots, gloves, belts, cloaks, helmets, that sort of thing. And different items in the game have different stats, and different stats are good for different types of characters.
Okay, to the next question.
Yeah.
What's the main purpose of playing the game?
That's a difficult one. I guess it differs depending on what you prefer to do, but regardless of what you prefer to do in the game, I'd say the main purpose, first of all, is to get to the maximum level. You start out at level 1, and the maximum level is level 100. And when you reach level 100, you can start doing things that you couldn't before, like raiding and PvP and...
What's PvP?
PvP stands for player versus player, and it's pretty obvious what it is when I say what it stands for. It's you play against other players and try to kill each other, and you can duel other players one-on-one, or you can play in the arena where you make teams of 2, 3, or 5 people, and you play against other teams of the same size. Or you can play in battlegrounds where you can play 10 versus 10 up to 40 versus 40 in some battlegrounds that are bigger.
What level are you on? And what are you playing as?
I'm currently playing on a priest at level 100, and I'm collecting gear to have good enough gear to start raiding. I've been on a break from the game for a while. I just started playing again, and so now I'm trying to get to the level where I can actually kill raid bosses with my guild.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I've heard the word MOBA a couple of times. Can you tell me what that is?
MOBA stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. It's a different genre of game. World of Warcraft is included in the genre MMORPG, which stands for Massive Multiplayer Online Role-Playing Game. A MOBA is The most commonly known MOBA games, I guess, would be League of Legends and Dota.
Okay. How long have you been playing World of Warcraft?
For about 10 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty much, that's almost half my life.
That's a lot. What's the most how many people are playing? Like
Right now, there are somewhere around 7 million people playing World of Warcraft. The highest amount of players ever, the peak in the game's player base, was actually a couple of months ago, when it reached, or actually no, it was about a year ago, when the current expansion launched, Walls of Draenor. The player base went up to its peak at somewhere around 10.3 million players.
now, my last question.
Yeah.
Is World of Warcraft the most funniest game for you right now, or do you like something else?
Right now I pretty much only play World of Warcraft. Sometimes I play some Hearthstone, which ironically is a card game based on Warcraft characters. Just as a side game when I need some change. But the thing is, there are so many things you can do in World of Warcraft, and personally I prefer to be in the end game and play the current top tier of rating the newest content available on hard difficulty modes. So I don't really feel like I have time to play other games. When I play World of Warcraft, I play World of Warcraft. If I take a break from the game, I play a bunch of other games usually, but right now it's only WoW.
Well, I don't have any more questions, but thanks for the interview, and
Thank you.
thanks everybody who has been listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.